Hey, what's up everybody? It's Friday, October 2nd. What's the first thing you saw when you woke up today? I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning. The headline was, Trump's got coronavirus. I bet that's the first thing that you saw as well. So everybody got panicky and they sold the market. That was your classic emotional reaction, headline traders, blah, blah, blah. You know how I feel about them. So we are in the new fiscal year 2021. Let me just give you a summary of how fiscal year 2020 ended. It was a powerful year, man. It was a big year. Records broken. We ended up with 6.9 trillion of total spending. That is an all-time record. It was up 1.9 trillion over last year. That year-over-year increase was an all-time record. The growth rate was around 37%. That's a record, but you probably can go back to World War II, probably 1941 or something, to see a bigger year-over-year increase. But nominally, it's the biggest. So yeah, most of that happened during the pandemic when we had, the $1,200 checks and the additional unemployment benefits and all that other stuff, and that boosted everything. And you could go back to my videos right around the end of March, early April, when I said, that's it, that's the bottom, the correction is over, the stock market's going to go back up, the economy's going to stabilize, and that is exactly what happened, all right? And let me just mention something. Today we got the job report. That was, payrolls were a little bit less than the forecast. They came in at 661,000. They were looking for like 850. What did I tell you? What did I tell you a couple of weeks ago when I was talking about corporation income tax flows? I said it is showing a slowdown in the economy, in economic activity, and I said we're going to see it in the data starting in October when we start to see the September numbers. And here we go. The first little trickling of September data, we start to see a weakness. I knew this beforehand. I told you this beforehand, and the reason I told you this and the reason I knew this was because of the flows. The flows determine everything. If you're not following this, then you are guessing, all right? And this is the core of my analysis. I've said this so many times. Nobody else does this. I will mention one thing just now, or two things actually. First, with the new data, October 1st, which is the beginning of the new fiscal year, we are already up 10 billion over same time last year. So, in that one data point, it's already showing an increase. Now, I need to see more numbers over the next few weeks. We'll establish a trend in spending, but I'll just say I don't expect to see spending come down. I mean, we got to get through the election first, and depending on who wins, if it's a change in administration, if Biden wins, we got to see what his policies are going to be. We got to see what happens with Congress and what they propose. So right now, I mean, the spending is just going to remain as is at a very high rate, and that's going to be a support for the economy. Now, it's not all distributed equal. It's going to be lumpy. And you're going to have these emotional reactions like we saw today with the coronavirus, with Trump. But underneath all that, you have a massive amount of fiscal support. Now, I know a lot of people are saying, hey, we need more stimulus. There's 15.8 trillion in deposits in banks. That is a record. So the economy is flush with cash. But like I've been saying, it's kind of sitting there. People, they're anxious, they're nervous. You got the election, you got new outbreaks of COVID, so that's putting a damper on things. But that's like potential energy, man. That could get triggered off, and the spending surges again, and economic activity picks up. So that's pretty much the rundown for now. We're already above last year in the first day of the new fiscal year. And if you're not following this stuff, again, you're behind. You're guessing. You really don't know what you're doing. You got to be on top of these flows because, I've said it a million times, this is like the greatest inside information you could possibly have. It's totally legal. It's public information. Nobody follows it. Nobody understands it. Go to my website, sign up for a 30-day free trial of MMT Trader. Make that your resolution for the new fiscal year. You're going to make some money. You're going to learn to understand these things. You're going to elevate your game. You're going to get some mental game going. That's all the stuff you're going to need to make it happen. All right, everybody, have a great weekend. Bye-bye.